Let's go back to the beginning of DDT, 1939. DDT was invented by Paul Miller. This new insecticide was the first of its kind, effectively keeping insects off crops and gardens. Mr. Miller won a Nobel Prize for his work. As with many new chemicals, the environmental impacts of DDT were not discovered until years later.
I've been farming this land for 50 years. I slave every day. Until recently, I make no money. But then, a miracle happened. DDT. With 3 simple letters, my life has changed. I'm now a rich man. I make a lot of money. My crops are good. I love you, DDT.
Hi. I love DDT. I call it my magic secret weapon. DDT. My husband has been using it on his crops for years. We have the best crops I've ever seen. And forget those pesky insects. They're gone. DDT. I tell all my Scrabble friends about it. You wouldn't believe it, I tell them. If you use DDT, you will not believe it either. DDT, I tell them. Don't forget. However, I cannot use that as a Scrabble word. It's just 3 letters. But DDT. And you're not allowed to tell anybody this part. Look at my roses. Aren't these the most beautiful roses you've ever seen? I am going to win first prize at the county fair. Mrs. Winkelschmeiner will not beat me this year. After all these years of second place. First place for me because of DDT.
DDT was in use from 1939 to 1972, and in the majority of this period, it was considered the miracle insecticide. Many farmers and homeowners depended on DDT to protect their plants and livestock from the insects that had previously destroyed entire fields. Environmental effects were noticed in the late 1950s, but it wasn't until the publication of Rachel Carson's book, Silent Spring, in 1962 that the real effects of DDT were shown to the public. The book details the effects that different insecticides have on the bird population.
Oh no! The nesting pair of peregrine falcons that I always watch is in distress. I'm gonna go take a closer look. Oh no! It looks like their eggs are squished. This is the biggest bird crisis in all of North America. Ah!
DDT has many negative environmental impacts. It is responsible for the decline in population of several bird species, including the peregrine falcon and the bald eagle. DDT causes the thinning of eggshells in birds so that they crack when the mother bird sits on them. Because of their young being killed before birth, the species slowly started to vanish. Another environmental impact of DDT is the damage to other animals that ingest it. DDT is shown to cause tumors and reproductive issues in many different animals. DDT affects all living things. DDT has a suspected impact on humans as well. It is almost certain that DDT can cause cancer, specifically breast cancer. It is also linked to many reproductive issues, including infertility in men, miscarriages, and birth problems. Scientists are continuing to find more and more evidence of serious health problems caused by DDT. Since the ban of DDT, scientists have developed new, safer insecticides to use in its place. The problem lies with disposing of the DDT residue that is still causing environmental distress. DDT lasts a very long time in the environment because it can spread far distances. It builds up in fatty tissues so it can move up the food chain. It is impossible to get rid of all the DDT, and our best hope to restore the damage done by this terrible chemical is to stop using it and let nature fix itself. DDT is a colorless, tasteless, and mostly odorless solid. It is a crystalline structure. DDT is a covalent compound made up of chlorine, hydrogen, and carbon. DDT is not soluble in water, but it is soluble in lipids. This causes a problem in the environment because rain cannot wash the DDT away. DDT will also build up inside an animal that ingests it because it dissolves into fatty tissue. DDT has a melting point of 108.5 degrees Celsius. The equation of DDT is C14H9Cl5. DDT has had a very negative impact on our environment, and its effects will last for many more years. DDT has taught us the hard way the importance of monitoring and testing the chemicals we put into our environment. What was once a major scientific triumph became a major environmental disaster. The chemical properties of DDT mean that it will stay in our environment for many years. For this reason, we don't truly know the scope of the damage that DDT has done to our environment.